All right, we're back on court 1 at the Canadian Club Championships. We've got a women's match coming up with Requiem versus Pitch Perfect. I'm sitting here with
Kendall Stelmack. Thank you so much for introducing me, Mike.
And this is Michael White from Portland, Oregon. What do you know about these two teams? They're pretty unfamiliar to me because I'm from Portland, Oregon.
Fair enough. All right, so we have the Quebec qualifier. They are the second place team. That is Pitch Perfect. And then we have Requiem, which is, just bear with me one moment. They are a mix of Calgary and Edmonton players out of Alberta. With the playoffs for the Alberta teams, you actually, it's a tryout to be picked for a provincial national team.
Wow.
Club team.
So they got depth.
Yeah. They've got some depth. A lot of players that I'm very familiar with, and some newer faces. And then the Pitch Perfect team, I'm not sure if we have seen them before, but definitely a lot of those players are very experienced with the dodgeball scene.
Okay, so new form team, but experienced players on that team. They look like it. A lot of front court coordination there. Pressuring aggressively, even willing to throw the all but one ball. Let's see, so we've got Requiem settling into the back line, always looking out for defense. Looks like they're pretty passive. Left corner's doing a little work to draw some attention, help cover a teammate.
Nice shot right up in the air.
Yeah, good response there. That corner just put some work in against him, so that's a good response to take out their offense. Very aggressive at the front line. Three-ball defense from Pitch Perfect, choosing to play off the back line, throw a counter.
It was Annie Charlebois in the center there who made that. Rose goes for a block, but unfortunately it does connect, so they are eliminated.
Playing at a good pace so far. I've noticed a lot of teams seem to be settling in as the match goes on, but everyone seems to be opening up pretty aggressive, trying to get that first point.
And as you're watching the game, don't forget we are going to be throwing up those names that we're going to see in the second half for the player of the game. So make sure you get those votes in as soon as we post those names.
Is anyone standing out to you so far? It's short-lived so far, but it's a pretty even matchup.
Yeah, we're still in the first set, so I'm going to give it a little bit.
I'm always looking out for that standout play, the difference maker, to see if it carries through. Sometimes you have hot moments. Sometimes you just, you get going. Sometimes it's like a stable factor, things like leadership, court communication, pressuring off the corner, survivability, all of those things.
Or those really clippable moments, like going for that big catch and everyone just going, ooh.
Oh yeah.
Or that massive hit, or like an accidental triple. That's like, yeah. Mm-hmm. Or, managing to stay alive for 5 minutes during like a 1v6. Like, yeah, you earn that just for staying power alone.
Exactly. It's easy to take those things for granted too, but they really do have a big impact, especially as the match plays out.
Mm-hmm. Nice block by Charlebois there.
Yeah, a lot of great lateral movement from the near side here. Doing a good job making themselves hard to hit. Aggressive rush off the back line. All three willing to throw.
This is a great block from Cheng. Didn't even break their stride.
I really love to see that kind of aggression, especially at this stage of the tournament. You kind of have to try things, take your shot, see what you can get away with. And then, being willing to rely on that one-ball defense. I think a really good team can punish you for that, but I like that teams force them to have to do that,
And they're putting up a really good pace, too. Like, we're not even halfway through the day on the stream, so I like that the teams are pacing themselves. I think, a lot of these players have been on the national scene before, so a lot of them know each other, know their play style, so they know what they're about. Ooh, Jubenville gets tapped out there, but they got some big air while they were trying to do it. It's just Cheng left now on the Requiem side against two players from Pitch Perfect. We've got Charlebois, and then can't see the jersey number.
Charlebois, 19 on the left.
Yep.
That's yeah, my eyes aren't quite working either.
Nadeau.
Down to a 1v1 now. These can grind out for a long time if you take your time with it. I've seen a lot of players being really aggressive. They end up going into this kind of punching match of back and forth and back and forth.
Love the aggression there when they came up to the line to throw at Cheng there.
Looks like they're being pretty patient. I like to see this.
It's kind of a tug of war kind of moment, the way they're going like back and forth, but there was a line out, I think.
Unfortunate.
Oh,
Always,
there've been a few of those today. Like, I was on this court for the Apex hardest foam match. If they weren't getting hit out by hardest foam, they were lining out.
Oh, man. It definitely is an adjustment. Every tournament, every space you come into, it kind of takes time to acclimate. Yeah. And we're still only, in the first half of day one. So it doesn't surprise me to see that happening still.
And like I said, we're not even halfway through the first day.
Exactly.
Ooh, Chung going out right off of that opening rush. Absolutely beautiful hit there.
Four-ball offense, opting to throw two at the same corner from the same side. That makes it a little difficult for defensive transition, but they did a good job of handling that pressure in response.
Love the aggression from that guard on the pitch perfect side. On the left side facing the camera.
Yeah, she looked like she had some wicked shots in that first set. They responded and took her off the court pretty early, but she definitely has an arm.
Yeah, definitely making themselves a target, and that was... trying to see the number on their jersey.
So hard. Aggressive counterplay, trading blows, down to 4v3, pitch perfect with the advantage.
Nice block by Law.
Great shot.
That was scary good accuracy on the toes of Klimzak there from Law.
Yeah, I couldn't quite tell if they had enough time to kind of coordinate amongst themselves. They're waiting for a ball to come into the court. She just saw the opportunity.
Plus you have to worry about the count too, but I mean, great aggression and great footwork.
Finding a rhythm there. Great defense and transition from Law. Oh, no way. Oh, my goodness. Oh, and it's live. Oh, wow. I've never seen somebody quite make a catch like that. That was incredible. She reached way outside of her body, but not with one hand, both hands. Sorry, and they cupped the ball. Got it to rebound to the other side of their body, and then almost did the same thing. I think there was 3 bobbles, and then the catch. That's why the other player kind of was in disbelief.
Yeah, absolutely. That was... I mean, that definitely could get you voted player of the match.
That was incredible. That was just pure reaction. I mean, to reach out like that and to be able to make a play is one of the most difficult things to be able to do in the game. If they can show any sort of consistency doing that throughout this match, that could be a problem.
Love that Klimzak coming up to the line, putting a lot of aggression in, trying to chase him down.
Yeah, she might need a little bit of help from this other side. Sorry, Day.
We see Cheng coming up, making that play call in the center there. Passing it off back to Klimzak. She's in the guard position. They only have 2 balls now. Pitch perfect with 4 balls in hand.
Great
only
effort.
Sending 1 over.
Great effort on that left corner. Can't quite read the name. Number 8. How do you pronounce that? There's a K in there.
Klimzak?
Klimzak. Recognizing that the opponent is pressuring her opposite corner. Doing a good job to demand attention. 2
balls being thrown over from the pitch perfect side. That's going to put burden back onto the side of Requiem with 4 balls in hand. Play call being made by McKay. And she is taking a side shot cross court right into the guard. And that's number 14 on the pitch perfect side.
Requiem coordinating their defense. Looks like they coordinated that rush.
1-2 shot there on Martel. Requiem taking out another player on the Pitch Perfect side. It's down to a 4v4 now. Burden to throw on the side of Pitch Perfect, and it looks like Cheng gets hit out.
Explosive group throw there from Pitch Perfect. I've never really seen a team coordinate a throw and then explode quite that aggressively to get the out. It's almost like a response to the pressure that Klimzak is putting on him just to get ahead of her counter, not even allowing her time to throw the ball.
Burden to throw is on Pitch Perfect. They throw one ball over, waiting for the ref to count. He is counting down again, that burden to throw. Klimzak coming up, ready to chase them down again. 4 balls in hand, 3 players now left on the side of Requiem. Davidson makes the play call.
It's a very close set. We're seeing a 4-3 matchup here. Both teams are kind of pushing and pulling, trying to find opportunities to find success on offense.
Blocked by Klimzak. Second shot going up, over, and manages to grab it in her hands while staying in line. That's going to bring another player back for Pitch Perfect now.
Seeing game-changing plays left and right. Just a high degree of commitment from both teams so far.
Honestly, some amazing clutch catches coming off of the Pitch Perfect side. They have burden to throw. Ref is making sure they know the count there. Looks like they were going for Klimzak, but they decide to throw at Davidson instead. Davidson getting another ball, 4 in hand now. Requiem needs to make a throw. And they decide to go right for the center on Pitch Perfect, but it doesn't connect. She gets down and low just in the last moment there. Right over Klimzak's head. Returning fire with 3 balls in hand. So it looks, again, it's a bit of a back and forth right now.
Yeah, great pressure from Pitch Perfect on the offensive line. They're really protecting each other, allowing the player to get the throw off safely, but they're having trouble connecting. It's really a battle of efficiency right now.
Nice pace match right now, and it looks like Klimzak gets eliminated, but the Pitch Perfect player manages to stay in. Just Davidson now. It's a 1v5 after that huge clutch catch from Pitch Perfect, and Davidson is good. They're calling it ground. They did lose control of their ball, so they were vulnerable for a moment there, but now they have 4, just sending the 1 over. Nice big block as they retreat, trying to get the ball in hand.
Yeah, and I can't quite make out the clock. Is that approaching 13 minutes? You might actually see this go in the no block.
I believe
how
so.
Davidson chooses to play this.
And they are still tied at 1v1 right now. And that is 2 on Davidson, and they get eliminated. So we're going to start in no block. Ref just made the hand signal for it.
It's really a decision to be made there. Davidson's in a 1v4. Playing that into a no block, it can be exhausting.
And they're back on the court.
Exactly. So maybe giving up that point, going for the play, you're extending yourself, looking for that opportunity. If it doesn't go your way, you now get to play in the next set in the no block. If you're confident in your team, that may actually play out in your favor.
Cheng managing to avoid that throw. Had the ball in hand, but it did go a little bit wide there, so didn't accidentally block. And then that's a 1-2 on Charlebois. And they managed to get down out of the way. Ball burden is now on the side of Pitch Perfect, coming through the center, making that play call. Nice big throw.
Very aggressive counter from that right side, doing a great job of using their space.
And that's Dermont being eliminated.
They're taking the space in order to get close enough to their opponent, demand that attention, and then take the shot, almost creating their own opportunity.
Still the full lineup for Requiem up against those Pitch Perfect players. Cheng loses control of the ball, goes over onto the Pitch Perfect side. Oh.
Unfortunate pass and bobble there. Oh, almost happening again. They're figuring it out.
Pitch Perfect with 4 players.
Back in control and gets the hit.
Yeah, just slides past Charlebois' face there as she gets down low to avoid that shot from Chung. You see them coming up now, 4 balls in hand. Pitch Perfect needs to throw. Going for Jubenville, gets high air up and out of the way.
So far, the corner play from Requiem has really been impressive. I actually noticed that Klimzak is subbed out for Cheng on the left corner, but they're still having solid effects. It's interesting that they can interchange those corners and still be able to do what they want to do as a team.
Nice shot from Rose.
Just steps up on her own and takes that shot. Chang really aggressive on that corner. She got away with it earlier. She knows that she can beat her opponent to the throw, and if she does, it's a high likelihood that she'll get the hit first.
Well, I mean, she got that great catch last time, so definitely want to keep your eyes on them at all time. Doing an absolutely great job now. It is Requiem. Again, they still have their full lineup of 6. Sending one over. Rose gets down low, out of the way. Player from the pitch perfect side gets low, managing to get down, avoid that counter shot there. Still the 2 players. Again, throwing at Rose. Rose gets eliminated. They get eliminated, but a catch! Oh, that's going to bring the...
Huge swing. Accepting the trade with the advantage, but then making the catch to turn the game into a 3v2.
That's their second catch. They had that other catch earlier. And it's going to bring Dermont back. 3 balls in hand against the 3 players for Requiem. So they're slowly whittling them down. They go after her. Dermont gets eliminated. After coming back in, it's still just the 1 player for Pitch Perfect. And a catch! Oh, and a catch from Chung right after they made their huge catch. Chung comes in and catches them out. We're going to see the team switch sides very shortly. So at this point, we're going to start thinking about names for player of the match. Again, a lot of big catches there on the Pitch Perfect side, but there was an amazing catch by Chung on Requiem.
Man, Law with that reach. that reach to catch. Whatever
I know.
happened. I'd love to see that in the highlight.
I mean, you want to vote for everyone, but you know we can only pick 2, but it's like...
Well, yeah, we got to start thinking about it.
Stop making it hard for us, you guys. Stop being so talented. Oh.
The teamwork is showing through on both teams, too. The fact that
I'm absolutely loving it.
We're at 2-2. The parity is great. It'll be interesting to see how these teams adjust and open up the second half. I don't know if the response will be to be more aggressive or will be to settle into the teamwork, because they're both finding good effect out of both.
Mm-hmm. I think if I'm going to have to pick 2 for the Pitch Perfect side, I'm going to go for Law, because they had that amazing catch, and then Allard as well. Like, they had those 2 clutch catches, absolutely beautifully done. I got to give it up to Jubenville for the amazing just air that they're getting. Also, I kind of want to see a battle of the pink hair.
Oh, right. I was admiring that earlier on in the match.
And then, again, there's Chung with that clutch catch right at the end to get that second point for them. All right, Pitch Perfect, they have Burden to throw now. Tate making the play call with Dion. Rose going for it. They touched it as soon as it hit ground. Ref's going to pause the clock, and I think they're going to talk about it for a second. Personally, I think what happened is as soon as the ball hit the ground, as soon as the ball hit the ground with Rose, she went for it, but she touched it after it hit the ground. I would personally call that no hit.
I didn't see quite what happened.
That's okay. I just told everyone. We're just getting those names down for player of the match.
Well, it looks good. The refs were able to come in and come to a quick decision there.
Yeah, Rose gets to stay in, so yay them. All right. And
back into it out of 5v4.
Catch and a hit there. Davidson gets the catch, and then I think it's Nadeau. They threw that counter shot and popped him right in the face. Nadeau with a nice block. Tate making the play call. And they were going for Jubenville. And they had Tate's number on that one. That's a huge throw.
It's a good lead and follow on offense, and then that transition, a sellout play trying to defend her teammate. I like the commitment. Difficult play to make, though.
Martel with a nice block. Going up and over into the ball retriever's hand. Nadeau gets now down nice and low to avoid that shot from Jubenville.
Yeah, Pitch Perfect not very wary of the rush that Requiem has been applying throughout the match.
Ref counting them down, they got a throw, and right at the last second they take that shot. It is just Nadeau left against 5 players on the Requiem side. It is a 1v5 situation right now, and they are going for it. Takes a shot at
number 8,
Klimzak.
Klimzak. Yeah, it was a great throw from Nadeau.
Good footwork getting out of the way, but they send 3 balls over, and that takes out Nadeau. That's going to put it now 3 points for Requiem against 2 for Pitch Perfect.
I wonder how critical that lead's going to be as we carry on to the match.
Pitch Perfect calling a timeout right now. They're going to discuss some strategy. What would you want to see? Like, what do you think they're talking about right now on the Pitch Perfect side?
Well, it seems to be the majority of the success, as I'm seeing it from Requiem, is really playing off of the back line. When they're set up in their defense, they're exploding off of that back line and looking for opportunities to create offense.
Okay.
Instead of waiting, collecting, and then communicating group growth from the front line, they're playing off of their back line. I haven't seen Pitch Perfect really do much to respond to that, so I wonder if that's what they're keying in on. They haven't,
like definitely a little bit more aggression, rushing the line.
Yeah, potentially. There's different ways you can address it, but they've been pretty successful even with that. So it may be a minor adjustment. It may not be something dramatic. It's just something that they all need to focus in on. It's got to be a team effort at this point in the match.
And much of it is physical, it's psychological too, so you got to be able to read the other player, and they are off. There goes that whistle. Beautiful pitches on each side there from that opening rush. Great teamwork on both teams. No shots taken, but Requiem comes in, and it is just Klimzak who takes the shot. They were going for Dermont. Number 24, Dermont for Pitch Perfect.
Yeah, I was going to say, I couldn't remember if I've seen her rotated in yet.
Oh, yeah, they've played a couple matches. They had a really good catch earlier, too, I think. And
oh, you're right. Looking from the opposite side. That's their solid right corner has been a problem, but also targeted very early for that reason.
They haven't changed up a lot in terms of players on the court. It's just a matter of getting those hits in on the Requiem side. Law getting eliminated there.
Oh yeah, up to this point in the match, they've actually been responding by playing off of the back line themselves. Oh wow, and capitalizing on that transition there. Dion seems to have an athleticism about her. It's just she's kind of waiting for the moment, and when she sees it, she's just hanging herself out there, taking the throw, either getting the hit and then making the dodge.
Beautiful clutch catch there from Klimzak, and don't forget the player of the match is up now. Get your votes in. Tell us who you love the most between Pitch Perfect and Requiem.
Klimzak definitely making a case for herself.
It's East versus West with the Alberta team taking on the Quebec team.
Great pressure from Pitch Perfect, even with just 2 players on the court working to protect each other.
Nadeau goes for the block, but it goes up a little bit high, but they had great court awareness to make sure that they stayed out. It is just Ford and Nadeau left against the Requiem side.
Interesting, Cheng looked like she was settling her team there. Instead of rushing off the back line and playing the strategy they've been working with for the most part, they wanted to collect and calm themselves.
Well, I mean, we only have so much time left on the clock, not to mention they are leading by the point. Again, you don't want to exhaust yourself too much, especially because this venue is very warm.
Oh, yeah.
So I think, at this point, with that point advantage, they want to run the clock.
Yeah, it's great recognition of the situation you're in. You have the lead, clock is coming down, you're not really in a position where you need to rush.
I love that Cheng managed to see both of those shots there, and they got out of the way just in time. And they were going for Ford. Ford with a big, beautiful block as they got down nice and low, sending another ball into the hand of Nadeau. Thank you, ball retrievers. They have Burton to throw now with the 2 players. They go for Jubenville. Jubenville manages to avoid it, takes a cross-court shot at Ford, and Ford avoids it. That's going to put Burton now back on the side of Pitch Perfect. Oh, no, pardon me. Burton's going to be on Requiem's side. And that's a disarm on Nadeau, trying to go for another block. It is just Ford left. Nice block by Cheng there.
Well, yeah, the longer this takes, the more critical this point becomes. This becomes a strategic shift of, is it worth playing this out, or is it better to kind of commit to a play and see if you can move things along so that you can get more time out of this match.
Beautiful blocks by Ford just now. It was 1-2. They got down nice and low, had both balls in hand. Did send one back over into the side of Requiem, though, but I mean, honestly, just staying alive at this point is... Again, 1-2 getting down, sliding out of the way. Definitely have a tendency to dodge to the left. So if Requiem catches onto that, it's going to be bad for the pitch perfect side for Ford there.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they make that sort of adjustment. I was actually waiting to see Requiem start to make crosses when they were in the 3-on-2, and it was actually pitch perfect that started taking those shots.
Oh, man. She goes back, she gets down, she sees the one, and then she tries to get a catch as they send that second one. It doesn't quite work out, though.
A frustrating point there for pitch perfect, but they're still in it. They just need to get this game closed quickly so they can go into the no block and potentially tie this match.
We've got about 1:37 now left on the game clock. Requiem is up by 2 points against Pitch Perfect, but honestly, like, I'm absolutely loving what Pitch Perfect has been doing.
No, yeah, they've been playing great as a team, and not afraid of kind of challenging Requiem in that trade space. They're not shying away from that kind of head-to-head competition. It just hasn't quite worked out for them to the point of the lead.
First couple balls being thrown over now by the Pitch Perfect side. That's going to give burden over to Requiem. And Charlebois coming up. Looks like she's almost trying to tempt them into giving away their other ball.
Very intentional play there on the corner.
Ooh, I love how Gilbert there got in and was trying to sneak attack that one shot. Dermalt does get hit out. Gilbert comes up to the line, decides to retreat because Requiem does have that burden to throw. They take the shot. Goes a little bit wide out of the hands of Gilbert there. Right into the knees on Ellard.
Requiem is looking confident.
Tate making the play call coming up. Requiem has the burden to throw, but Pitch Perfect, they were trying to bait them into throwing.
Yeah, they're just trying to instigate that chaos for an opportunity to make something happen.
They were trying to pre-counter any counters from that burden. Again, coming up to the line, making those pump fake throws. Gilbert takes a shot. Chung managing to stay in. And we are now in no block. So they're lining up. They are going to make sure that they do not block with the balls at all. However, catches will count. Requiem with 5 players still on the court, taking on the 3 left from Pitch Perfect. Goes for Ford. Ford drops her ball, gets out of the way, manages to stay in. Play call being made now by Tate, coming up to the line, and Ford takes a shot in between Klimzak and...
Just barely under the foot there.
Dowell. Dowell on the Requiem side. I don't think I've seen them on the court for this game, so this is a little new. We have a last-minute change to the lineup. 4 balls in hand now. Requiem with that burden to throw. They've got another one coming in. So that was 5 balls for them, 1 for each player as another one was passed over. Coming up to the line, taking that shot, but Pitch Perfect managing to stay alive. And Dowell making the play call, going for Gilbert, but Gilbert managing to get out of the way just in the nick of time.
Chang settling her team again there, trying to find the composure they need to close this game. They do have the match won, but she's not wasting the opportunity to learn from this situation.
And we do have it now into a 3v3 situation. Not sure if that was a hit. Chang double checks with the ref. Ref calls it ground.
I think my eyes tricked me. I thought that was a direct to the leg, so I must not have seen it well enough.
Well, staring through the net doesn't help either. It kind of makes you go cross-eyed after a while.
Based on her reaction, it definitely didn't seem like it hit her.
I mean, you always want to make sure. Chang managing to avoid both of those shots. Coming up, looks like they already got hit out, but it almost looked like they were going to do a no-no move. And for the hip kids at home, that would be an unalive throw. Ford was going for it, calls it ground though, so Ford manages to stay alive. Dowell passes the ball off to Chang. Oh, did not see that one coming. Chung gets hit out right off of the chest, tries to let their teammates know. Unfortunately, no one hears or sees it, and they are eliminated, so we're now doing to a 2v2. Oh, it was so close between Tate and Chang there. Almost thought that was going to be a double elimination, but holy did they manage to get out of the way right in the last second. Dal comes up ready to take the shot as they change position. Cheng going for a catch. Doesn't make it. That's going to take it down just to Dowell now. Pitch perfect with 2 players. Still Ford and Tate. They're going to be staring him down, ready to take those shots. One ball in hand. Pops up and over, and they dive and scramble for it. Not quite, though. So that's going to give Pitch Perfect another point. That's going to be the end of that one. And Requiem takes the win.
Yep, 4-3. I like that they were able to get that last point. I think it was more representative of how that match actually went.
Yeah, and the points matter for these round robin games as well. So Requiem is definitely going to take that going into their next game. Speaking of which, we still have that player of the match, so don't forget to get those votes in. And just going to double check something real quick here.
Yeah, we have it coming up next. All right, we've got Howell and St.